Doctor, good morning.
Good morning, Doctor, or I should say good afternoon, where I'm calling, where we're speaking. Good
So
to see
you're
you.
at home in Valletta, Malta, and I'm here in New York City. It's 10 o'clock Thursday morning. It's for you, what, 4 p.m.?
Yeah, 4 p.m. Yeah, that's it. So, we're 6 hours ahead of you. And it's hot. It's hotter here, I think. Well, maybe, I don't know. Is it very hot in New York?
We're getting a lot of big storms and very high temperatures here, yeah. So thank goodness for the air conditioner.
Yeah, and here. I've got it on here at the moment. So it's set at 16 to make it,
That's it. So anyway, it's great to see you. And isn't this Zoom thing is really fantastic, isn't it? We're like probably 4,000 miles away, but it really feels as though you're right there, just next door.
I think we could have dreamt of this stuff, when watching things like Star Trek, in our youth, and seeing these guys with these machines and talking, and here we are. We have the same technology now, don't we?
Yeah, there's that great library in the background there. So you've got the complete works of Scheidemann, I see, and what else do you have up there?
Yeah, I've got the complete Bach there. That's all there. And then I've got Spelink there, and Shite here, all of that. Gibbons up there, and all the.
I never knew he wrote so much organ music. It's quite.
Yeah, well, you just talk to me,
You haven't found out anything about these new virtual backgrounds that you can get, Doctor, have you? Let me just see that, like this one, for instance. I mean, I can suddenly be in front of the finest organ in the world.
Of course. Yeah, no question about it. Yeah.
So
I tend not to use these because my children, when they see these, they start to play with them a little bit. So I tend to leave them off.
So here I can just pull out the 32-foot bombard in. Let's just get my finger in the right place because everything's in reverse. But there it is, bombard 32.
Bombard 32 there, yeah.
Nice, and I can show you another very nice background here. It's almost like being there. Nice, huh?
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, it's very good.
What about this nice background?
Oh, it's even better. Yeah, you can hear it, can't you? You can just,
and actually, the concert that I gave just before the lockdown back in February was on this organ. I think you'll enjoy this.
Oh, yes, I know that one.
It's in Hurricane, West Virginia, and 6 manuals. About 95% of it is digital, but there are about 2,500 pipes, and 6 manuals. It's quite fine, isn't it? And I did take a nice photograph actually on this organ. I couldn't resist it. This is a 6-part chord. Can you see that? A 6-part chord played on all 6 manuals. So I needed to go into physical therapy for about 4 months after that photo because actually, if you practice too long on that instrument, this is what happens. It's a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Imagine. But you have to get into these virtual backgrounds, Doctor.
Yes, Doctor. Well, I'll have to take some amazing photographs of what you got there. I can't, I've got the standard material on mine, but I have to look for these, But as I said, it's just I just stopped doing this because of my children. They're the ones who always come and play, and then once they see how it works, then I tell you that's it. Then they'll be. So I have to sort of keep off all those things.
So I was going to ask you actually with the coronavirus, have you been doing a lot of homeschooling with your kids? How have you been spending your time?
Well, the homeschooling has been, that's been my wife's domain because I'm not really into this, this homeschooling thing. I personally hate it because I'm not sure really how much the children are really learning actually. Of course, it's the worst thing of time to be sitting in front of a computer screen, at this age, what children really need is, real interaction with people and with their own, peers and even with the music lessons as well, we just had enough of this, this online teaching with, our violin teacher, she's still doing it, but with the piano teacher, we said that's it. She's got to come to the house, and then that's it. So that's it. Yeah, there's only so much you can do with this, you know. I mean,
It's true, isn't it?
And yeah, I mean, and in a way, the homeschooling hasn't really been sorted out properly. It's still trial and error. It's still a sort of work in progress.
Yeah, and I guess
because
like
everything.
like me, you've probably, you know, been obliged to cancel and postpone a lot of concerts. What sort of projects have you been occupied with over the last 4 or 5 months at home?
Well, now, I mean, since all my concerts stopped on the 11th of March, I mean, I've just been at home. I mean, my wife sort of introduced me to Facebook,
Yeah.
and Facebook broadcasting, you know. So I remember when I came home, she said, "Oh, you know," because I was really wondering what the hell I'm going to do. And I thought, well, everything was cancelling, you know, every phone call, cancellation.
Yeah.
And then Jen said to me, he said, "Look, on Sunday you're going to play live on Facebook." So that's it. So well, how are we going to do it? You know. So then we found this broadcasting software, OBS, and then I had to set it up. And everything was very elementary when I started. I had no proper lights, and I mean, I have good recording equipment, but the lighting was really terrible. But yeah, I did it, and it was sort of a bit of hit and miss. But actually, I started to get into it, and then I was practicing at the cathedral. I took my computer over, and I sort of tried the same thing there. And just went live, unannounced, just went live. And I got about 500 or 600 views, immediately people were sort of looking. And I thought, yeah. And then that started, then I started doing the weekly concerts. But before that, at the cathedral here, the chancellor, or the main parish priest, then said that he wanted to start broadcasting these weekly masses. Would I help? And I said, well, absolutely. I said I could film them, and then of course we have to get the files reduced and put them up on YouTube. Great. So we started doing this. It actually started with doing some playing some hymns for Easter, and then the masses started the week after, and then it slowly but surely I started to really get into it, and so the recording improved a lot. I've just bought some new cameras as well. This is the latest thing now, so the visual aspect has got to look good as well as the audio, the oral aspect. Yeah. So that's been it.
Yeah, it's funny the way that we've all been like obliged to adapt, haven't we? I mean, I had 35 concerts postponed, something like that. But luckily, I have 1 or 2 other projects to get on with. Like, do you know the Louis Vierne Opus 24 Symphony for full orchestra? He wrote it in 1909. I mean, it's
I don't know it, but
it's not often done. It's for whatever reason, but it's. I completely fell in love with this piece and made a transcription of it, which was commissioned by Speyer Cathedral in Germany. So that's one of the things I did. And then Vaughan Williams' 5th Symphony, organ transcription of that, which was commissioned by the Vaughan Williams Society. So that's been very nice. And we evacuated actually up to Massachusetts to stay with a very good friend of ours up there for 11 weeks.
Great.
It was what happened in New York was absolutely terrible. But mercifully, now it's very much more under control, I think, here, which is great.
Yeah.
And St. John the Divine's closed, but I'm very lucky to be able to get in there about 10 hours a week and rehearse. So that was a very special moment, going in that wonderful cathedral for the first time after about 4 months. It's glorious.
Isn't it amazing that they close all the churches? I mean, what was the point of that? I still can't understand why they had to close churches. I mean, okay, to the general public, yes, but I mean to musicians, like us. I mean, organists. I mean,
yeah.
Why was it so? Absolutely, that was it.
Yeah, I know.
No matter, everybody out. I mean, why? What was the point? I mean,
but at least now it's reopening, isn't it? I mean, New York City is slowly reopening, and it's very exciting to see in a way. So, do you remember the first time we ever met? Actually, do you remember that?
Now let me think. No, I think yes. The first time we met, I seem to remember, was when you were organ scholar at King's, and I came for the Sunday evensong, Sunday afternoon evensong. And you were playing some music. It looked like it was English music before, and I think you were the junior organ scholar. Who was your senior organ scholar then? Would it have
John
been
Butt. the famous
Oh, John Butt, that's
Bartok.
it.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
Butt, Sir
yeah,
John Butt. Yeah.
yeah. I remember
And
in those days you had quite a bit more hair actually. I seem to recall
yeah, my hair was a lot darker then, and yeah, and yours, I remember yours, you had a lot more hair then.
a lot more hair.
Yeah, a lot more.
Apart from that, Doctor, you look exactly the same. I have to say.
Well,
Can you imagine? So we've known each other for 40 years. That's
40 years.
Amazing. And
Yeah, it
I
is.
suppose over those, I mean, over the last, what, 25 years, we've done how many concerts together? Probably 15,
Probably
20
about,
concerts, something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, maybe, yeah, in various places.
Invited me to come up to Bridgewater Hall, and we had some very nice concerts there. And
Yeah.
Symphony Hall in Birmingham, and where else did we go? Newcastle, do you remember?
Cathedral, yeah, that was a fabulous concert actually. Blackburn,
that's right.
Blackburn, somewhere in Germany. We went some place in
did.
Germany. I forget what it was.
Yes, I think we did. That's right. But one of the great things that's happened, I think, over the last month ago is that you unearthed this DAT of the recording of the Blackburn concert. And I remember that concert in April 2003, just after the Blackburn organ had been redone, and we went up there to do one of our Battle of the Organs. And I remember something very special about that concert. And you kindly gave me a CD of it. I've not listened to it for years. And then I think you found the DAT and remastered it. And that's what we're going to propose today in this little video.
Yeah.
What are your memories of that concert, Wayne?
No, well, for me it was a fantastic. I mean, first of all, it was the first. I think it was my first time going to play that organ. So it was interesting going to Blackburn, and of course, seeing us playing together. But for me, what was the crowning glory of that moment of that concert was the final piece we played. This improvisation, based on Easter themes.
Yeah.
And I remember I had my microphones. I had because I've always been keen on recording, so I had two omnidirectionals KM 183 Neumanns on the organ, and then of course we also had the Rogers instrument as well. So my microphones were round about the speakers there. But then I had to move the microphones, and for the piano we had a Yamaha concert grand piano.
Yeah.
So it's very important that I got a good piano sound as well, because the organ just takes everything, So, but the piano had to be quite closely mic'd. So I remember there's one point in the concert where you played the piano whilst I just adjusted my settings on the mixer so I could just get the right. No, but this improvisation was special because we just we had no idea what we were going to be doing, and it just somehow the synergy. That's the
word. Yeah.
Synergy was amazing. I can't describe it in that, but it just worked. And
yeah, I think that really is. I mean, it kind of ties in, doesn't it, with the sort of jazz aesthetic, which I know you very much grew up with, obviously, but where one musician kind of, I don't know, creates a kind of electricity which then feeds onto the other musician, which then gets re-fed onto the first layer. And it's a kind of I don't know, it's a very dynamic phenomenon, I think it's very special and unique to improvised music in a way. It's very hard to reproduce that kind of electricity.
Yeah, you can't. No, you can't.
Written music. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course we both have perfect pitch, so I mean it was very easy to we sort of have a similar idea of harmonic language and and form and all these things.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I also remember. I think I also went on In Tune as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Not long after that. Yeah, I took that recording, and I think they played some of it.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Radio 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Rafferty. Yeah, Lord Rafferty was there.
Lord Rafferty. And what's with all these titles then, Doctor? I mean, I'm Lord Briggs. Olivier is His Grace the Lord Lartree. Michael Barone from USA, Pipe Dreams, is Sir Michael Barone.
Yeah.
Your wife,
I think it's
Lady Jennifer, my wife, Lady Madge. But
Lady Madge, yeah. Everybody gets a title. Why not? Why not titles? It's good. Everybody.
It's great. One of the things I remember about our Bridgewater Hall concert. I mean, this is going back probably, I don't know, 14, 15 years now. The concert was great fun and lasted about 3 hours, one of our shorter concerts.
Yeah.
And I remember do you remember the afternoon of that concert? And you just suddenly discovered that I didn't have a mobile phone. And I remember you kind of almost like handcuffed me, and we went off to the car phone warehouse just around the corner of Bridgewater Hall. And said, "Oh, you've got to have a mobile phone. No, you've got to do it now." And so we both went into there and started talking with the sales assistant. And I was sort of, well, I don't really think I need a mobile phone. And so I said, no, you've got to do it. Got to do it now. Got to do it now. So sure enough, I think you're responsible for that. The fact that I had my first mobile phone, which is probably now in a museum, but there it is.
Yeah. So. Mine is still in the drawer over there.
Yeah. Anyway, it's great to chat, Doctor. And let's play this improv. And so thanks for remastering it. I've put a few pictures of Blackburn and the Lake District and areas, up there, and just to give it a bit of a graphic sort of visual element as well. And, actually, we thought we would use this recording to raise some funds for, there's this marvelous organization called Help Musicians in London. So this is sort of part of the Musicians Benevolent Fund. And so many of our colleagues in the UK, I mean, we both obviously have still very close links to the UK. I live in New York, you live in Malta, but we still have many, many friends, and a lot of whom are really suffering as musicians in these very trying times. So we'd like to try and help and raise some funds for Help Musicians. So on the Facebook link, it's very, very straightforward to click there, and we hope that you'll give a generous donation. That would be great. So thank you in advance for doing that.
No problem. Brilliant.
We'll see you soon. And here's the improv.
Here's the improv. Good.
Okay. you.